EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Jacksonville. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Touch it! 54! Line 54! Hey, defense, let's go! Pick it up, D! It's free!
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 30 on second down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From midfield now, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Jackson will throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a...
And he will score! Touchdown, Baltimore! 25 yards. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. From the gun, Jackson, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Well, they had that great, long, methodical drive to put it in the end zone. Then they tried to bite off a little more and get 8 points. Instead, they're sitting at 6.
But didn't that feel like a decision that they made on Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, you usually say that's what they do, right?
Right. That's the best one. The best ones do that. They take the emotion out of it. That felt like that was scripted. Hey, if we score on the opening drive, we're going to go for 2 and try and really gain an advantage.
On the double. Blue draw Corkers. In your face. Check. 49. Check 49. Let's go. Fire.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Protein spill.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. He's going to loft one. Deep left. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 58 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And he's able to put it through. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big 1st down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson flushed out right. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 15. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Ingram. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll roll him out. Touchdown, Ravens. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot, and people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here is the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Set, ready? 30 base.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Minshew, 1st and 10. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, Minshew looking to throw, and that's incomplete. The intended receiver was Seth DeValve, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. It'll be Minshew again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Out of the gun is Minshew. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
That's what we do, baby. That's what we do.
On the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 42. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry, 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll run it again with Fournette. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Recon, 152 fighter. Defense, let's go. On the ball. Hit it.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And able to find Conley. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Minshew sets to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chris Conley there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was
couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. On second down, it's Ingram. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big effort that time.
That run is killing you, my boy.
57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. They keep it with Fournette on first down. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. From the 27, Minshew. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6.
One more time.
Touchdown.
Come on, bro. What you talking about?
Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. He completes it to Westbrook. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
61, match box, lights. You got tight right there. Hustle, hustle. Watch out. Ready.
Now Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. And he works free. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Check. Lucky.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Minshew. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Caught here by Conley. And down inside the 15 he goes. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there.
Don't quit, bro. Please, bro. Oh, my God. Put him on a string.